Hi, I'm Lou from Surfcaster's Journal, and today we're gonna disassemble a Boga 60. This is for all you guys that think big and try and catch big. A while back we did a tutorial on the Boga 30. So some of the things that I discussed in that video on how to paint the numbers and highlight them, we'll leave that off for the sake of time today. There's a few nuances between the 30 and the 60, so I thought it would be prudent to show everybody the differences. Putting it back together gets a little trickier. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the Boga tool and we're going to knock the pins out. First pin we're going to do is on the end here. And again, you always follow it through because you don't want anything popping out and flying across the room. Right, so we have the first pin there. We take the cap off. And the next step, we're going to slide the handle right off. And we're left, in this case, we have two pins here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the pin for the handle out. Take it right out to the end. It pops out. You can see those two are the same size. Again, slide this down. Now you'll see that if you haven't taken this other pin out, it's not going to go that far. So we want to take that last pin out. And we knock it out. Okay. Now we could slide this back and add it away. And the same as the other Boga, you're going to dislodge the grips. Now on this one, you'll see it's a little bit different. There's no pin in the middle that allows you to take this apart. So what has to happen is you have to work out the black piece that's in here. Work it up. Now you're going to have these little black plastic pieces. They're just, because this Boga is longer, they're used to keep the spring piece stable. Alright, don't worry about them. As they fall out, I just put them on the side. Okay, so now we're going to take the little black piece, raise it up, and once you get it lifted out a little tiny bit, you'll see that one of your jaws is able to come out. They're at a different length, so you need to get that pulled up a little bit so that you can get your jaws out. And you can see in this case, the jaws are actually riveted together. It's not two separate pieces anymore. It's all one piece. So now again, what we're going to do at this point, now we're going to take the black piece out. And again, same as last time, you can see that your springs are just held in there with tension, so you want to put your hands on them once they come to light. Alright, same thing, take it apart, and now you're going to take your spring out, and you'll notice that on your spring, I showed you earlier, inside the spring, which you don't have on the 30, are these plastic pieces. And what they do is they keep your spring lined up so that it doesn't twist on you when you're trying to weigh a fish. Okay, and there you have your disassembled Boga 60. Again, not rocket scientists to do this, but this is actually, with this being riveted the way it is, it's actually probably a little bit easier to do than the 30. Now again, we're going to do everything reverse of what we did. So we took it apart. Now we're going to just reverse it and put it all back together. So what we want to do now is the first thing we want to do is, again, we want to drop our spring in. What's going to happen is you just need to be careful when you drop this in, you just need to be careful that your black pieces don't come rolling out the back end. All right, you have a little black washer. That's going to go in. Now you're going to have the infamous springs. They follow it. Okay, so now you just want to make sure, remember, this piece, the black, if it's pushed all the way in, you're not going to be able to get these back in properly. It's not going to work for you. You have a long slit on one side, a short slit on the other. What you want to do is take one of your jaws, one of the legs, and you want to put it in the short side first. And then what happens is, up top, you'll see there's, in that black piece, there's a slit in there that the rivet drops into. Now, the other side drops right in. And you're good to go. So now it's a matter of, we're going to start putting back our rivets. So the first one we want to get in is we want to get this all locked up. We want to slide the black handle gripper down, and we're going to use our pin, and we're going to make sure that our jaws are now locked in here. So we're going to take the short pin, and again we're going to follow up the tool, give it a couple of taps, and that's locked in. Next step, we want to take the tool again, and we want to get in front of those two springs as we did with the Boga 30 with the tool, with the slanted side. So you're going to take that and you're going to force it in there, and you're going to, again, give it a few shots to make sure that your jaws are working. Again, we follow it up, and put the pin in. We're going to take the handle, put the handle back. Then we're going to take the cap. Make sure, just give yourself an eye check to make sure that that handle is lined up with the hole in the pin inside. It'll save you aggravation later. And then you're going to put your cap on. Take your tool. Now when I use the tool, I'm twisting a little bit so that that slanted edge will follow through. It'll pick up the least little corner and follow through for you. Again, a couple of taps, and we're good. There you have it. There's your Boga 60. Ready for this year's 50-pounder. My lips to God's ears.